Welcome to Hollywood Latest Reports, your first destination for the wildest celebrity truths, courtroom chaos, and A-list scandals that Hollywood PR teams wish you never saw. What we're about to reveal today is absolutely unhinged. Hold on tight because this story isn't just shocking, it might change everything you thought you knew about Kanye West. Yes, Yeezy himself. The music mogul, fashion icon, and cultural disruptor is now at the center of a courtroom storm that no one, and I mean no one, saw coming. According to shocking reports, Kanye West reportedly bolted out of a federal courtroom after being recognized by a Jane Doe witness, not as a random bystander or associate, but as Diddy's alleged underground partner in his so-called freak rituals. It all began with what seemed like another routine day in the bombshell-filled trial of Sean Diddy Combs, whose empire is crumbling under the weight of a staggering number of legal battles, assault allegations, and accusations of underground sex rings. But this specific court session took a twisted turn when a masked witness, referred to only as Jane Doe 14, took the stand and began to recount horrifying experiences tied to the dark underbelly of Diddy's inner circle. But what no one was expecting, including Diddy himself, was that she would suddenly point out a familiar face in the courtroom audience. Her voice cracked as she whispered, "That's him. That's the masked one. That's Diddy's partner, the one who wore the black boots and the Jesus chain." Gasps rippled through the courtroom as all eyes turned to a man in a long trench coat, baseball cap pulled low, and dark shade. As whispers began to swell, security moved in, but the man reportedly jumped up and sprinted out, knocking over a court officer in the process. According to multiple insiders, that man was none other than Kanye West. What was Kanye doing there? Why wasn't he on the official witness list? And more importantly, why would he flee so violently unless the accusations held some truth? These are the questions now lighting up the internet like wildfire. Social media is absolutely losing it, with hashtags like #KanyeExposed and #FreakPartner trending in real time. But let's back it up. How did Kanye even get entangled in this dark, spiraling saga involving Diddy? And how long has this alleged partnership been going on behind the scenes? Rumors about Kanye and Diddy's unusually close relationship have been bubbling for years. From mysterious late-night parties at secluded mansions in Malibu, to rumored private flights to undisclosed islands, whispers of exclusive rituals have surrounded them both. But the mainstream always dismissed it as tabloid noise. Until now, Jane Doe 14 painted a disturbing portrait of masked figures, elite celebrities, and initiation ceremonies that sounded more like horror movie plots than real life. But when she described Kanye's voice, movements, and signature jewelry, the courtroom seemed to pause in disbelief. He called himself the enlightened one, she claimed, sobbing. He said he was freeing us from shame. But what they did, was dehumanizing. What followed was total pandemonium. According to insiders, Kanye's legal team had no clue he would even attend. Some even claim he snuck in using a fake ID and alias, just to monitor testimony that might link him to Diddy's illicit empire. But why? Was he nervous that the truth might finally come out? Did he think wearing a disguise would protect him from being recognized? Either way, his dramatic exit has now turned him from a curious onlooker into a person of extreme interest in this high-stakes case. Court officials are already requesting Kanye's appearance be formally documented, and murmurs suggest he may be subpoenaed as a potential co-conspirator. If true, this could mean devastating legal consequences for West, and a level of exposure the public has never seen before. It's no longer just about Diddy. This case is morphing into a massive celebrity sex trafficking ring investigation, and Kanye might be at the epicenter. Adding fuel to the fire are past incidents that, in hindsight, look extremely suspicious. Remember when Kanye went on those infamous rants about Hollywood elites, secret societies, and sacrifices? Many now believe those were not just breakdowns, but cryptic confessions. There's growing speculation that Kanye had long been trying to distance himself from Diddy, but was trapped in a dangerous web of blackmail and threats. Some even say that Kanye's controversial outbursts, erratic behavior, and even his presidential run were all part of a desperate attempt to reclaim control over his narrative. Meanwhile, Jane Doe's credibility is growing by the hour. Her account has matched previous testimonies from multiple other anonymous witnesses, each pointing toward a chilling pattern of recruitment, grooming, and psychological manipulation. What makes her revelation different? She's the first one to openly identify Kanye by physical description, and the court's reaction suggests they believe her. According to an unnamed federal agent, her story checks out across timelines, locations, and other testimonies. The Kanye ID just gave it a whole new dimension. As Kanye's camp scrambles for damage control, Sources close to Kim Kardashian, his ex-wife, are allegedly terrified. Not just because of what this could mean for the father of her children, but because of what she might know. One insider hinted that Kim may have once walked in on a meeting between Kanye and Diddy, involving other high-profile male celebs, and was told to never speak of it again. Could she be the next surprise witness? Or is she already cooperating behind closed doors? The legal world is bracing for an avalanche of subpoenas, and industry insiders are panicking. Major platforms are allegedly already reviewing Kanye's partnerships, endorsements, and upcoming projects. Netflix reportedly pulled the plug on a Kanye documentary in development, and music streaming giants are closely monitoring online chatter. Meanwhile, Diddy remains stone-faced, but those close to him say he was visibly shaken when Jane Doe pointed out Kanye. One source said, he whispered something like, "It wasn't supposed to happen like this." As this tangled web continues to unravel, public opinion is swinging wildly. Some fans are still defending Kanye, claiming he's being set up as a distraction. Others argue that this is exactly who Kanye has been all along. Only now the mask is slipping. Literally. In a time when celebrity culture is being turned inside out by ongoing federal investigations, it's becoming clear that the world we thought we knew is nothing more than a carefully crafted illusion. So what happens next? Will Kanye face charges? Will more Jane Does come forward to expose even bigger names in Diddy's circle? Are we looking at the biggest celebrity takedown in modern history? All we know is this: Kanye West running from court after being identified in connection to Diddy's alleged sex ring isn't just a headline. It's the start of a nuclear bomb set to explode across the entertainment world. The courtroom chaos involving Sean Diddy Combs has already shaken the foundations of Hollywood, but now, a new chilling twist is adding even more heat to the firestorm. And this time it's dragging Kim Kardashian right into the middle of the madness. As Kanye West, her ex-husband and the father of her 4 children, finds himself entangled in Diddy's explosive legal unraveling, sources close to Kim claim she is absolutely terrified. But not just for Kanye, for herself too. Why? Because insiders are whispering that Kim may have seen something so disturbing and incriminating that she was forced to keep it buried deep in the vault of secrets that surrounds Hollywood's. According to one high-level source within the Kardashian inner circle, Kim once walked in on a private meeting between Kanye and Diddy. Not just a casual industry hangout, but an eerie, locked-door conversation that also included several very high-profile male celebrities. The source says Kim was immediately told to leave, and later instructed by Kanye never to speak about it. It wasn't a regular meeting, the insider revealed. It had this energy. Something was off, and Kanye got real serious afterward, like, "This stays between us" serious. That moment, dismissed by Kim at the time as a weird blip in their chaotic marriage, now haunts her, because it may have been a glimpse into the underground world now being exposed in court. Kim's name hasn't appeared in any official legal documents, but with the recent identification of Kanye West by Jane Doe 14 as Diddy's so-called freak partner in disturbing masked rituals, many are now wondering, could Kim be forced to testify? Could she already be cooperating with federal investigators? The speculation is heating up at breakneck speed, and behind closed doors, the Kardashian empire is reportedly in full-blown crisis mode. Kris Jenner is already working the phones, one source revealed. They know the feds are circling. If Kim gets dragged into this, it could destroy the brand they've spent decades building. But what exactly could Kim have witnessed that would be so dangerous? What's so bad that Kanye, who's never been known for restraint, demanded complete silence? And why is this all finally coming to light now? Insiders say the answer lies in the complex, dark relationship between Kanye and Diddy. A friendship that spanned music, fashion, politics, and private power. They partied together, collaborated on projects, and even disappeared for long periods without explanation. Many in the industry shrugged it off as 2 eccentric billionaires chasing creative highs, but others say those absences were filled with something much more sinister: private rituals, masked gatherings, and secretive initiations. And now, the names involved are getting scarier by the Jane Doe 14 feats. Courtroom testimony has already cracked the case wide open. Her harrowing account of ritualistic abuse, elite recruitment, and celebrity masks painted a picture straight out of a psychological horror film. But when she identified Kanye as the one in black boots with the Jesus chain, the entire courtroom froze. And when Kanye reportedly ran out of court moments later, even knocking over security, it turned rumor into near certainty. Now, the legal world is circling like vultures. Subpoenas are being prepped, Kanye's team is in hiding, his attorneys are allegedly preparing for multiple depositions. And Kim, she's reportedly already been contacted, not just as a character witness, but as a potential source of critical information. According to a former Kardashian employee, Kim's legal team is discussing all options, including the possibility of a sealed testimony to protect her identity and safety. But if that doesn't happen, we may soon see Kim Kardashian on the stand, testifying about what she saw, what she heard, and what Kanye told her to keep quiet. Meanwhile, the entire entertainment industry is panicking. As Kanye's reputation burns, major platforms are pulling away. Netflix, which had been developing a documentary about Kanye's life post-divorce, has reportedly shut it down completely. Spotify and Apple Music are allegedly monitoring mentions of Kanye and might reduce his playlist visibility if public backlash worsens. Even his fashion partnerships, already shaky, are now considered radioactive. One fashion executive was quoted saying, "No brand wants to be the one still standing next to him when more names drop. And more names will drop." Sources within federal law enforcement say multiple celebrities are now being investigated for their ties to Diddy's circle. Several have already lawyered up, and more Jane Does are preparing to come forward with shocking accusations. The trail is messy, the web is wide, and Kanye is now right in the middle of it. As for Diddy himself, he's reportedly shaken to the core. Witnesses from inside the courtroom described him as white-knuckled and sweating bullets when Jane Doe 14 pointed at Kanye. One close associate revealed Diddy whispered, "It wasn't supposed to happen like this." The implication? There was a plan, and someone broke it. Whether it was Kanye, Kim, or another player remains to be seen. But the silence is cracked. Kim Kardashian, known for her control, image management, and unshakable public composure, is now at a personal and moral crossroads. Does she stay silent and protect herself and her family? Or does she speak out and risk being pulled deeper into a scandal of Hollywood-wide proportions? What she does next could determine not just the outcome of this case, but the future of how celebrity culture is perceived altogether.